Hey, welcome to Pure South Pastures. It's been a wild and crazy couple of days. You know, on the farm, there are some days that are great, and other times it seems like you go through a season of everything just going wrong. So we've had a few issues, some predator attacks, had cows get out in the road. Just been a wild couple of days. So we'll tell you all about it. Hang in today and let's talk about those things. Well, this isn't really what you want to see when you walk out in the morning. Chickens all over the pasture. Somehow tractor got open. Hopefully not a predator issue. Let's see here. But yep, predator issue. I was just here about 11:30 last night looking at them. I'll spare you the video, but it looks like I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 20. Wow, that's frustrating. A week away from slaughter, from butcher. This is third year raising chickens on pasture, and this is the first predator attack we've had. You know, it's a matter of time when you're doing this, raising them on pasture, that you're probably gonna have issues. I've got that one out over there because it's injured. I think I've got all the chickens back in. They were just running everywhere. The door was open. I won't go around this chicken tractor over there because that's where the birds are. I'm not going to spare you those details of seeing that, but yeah, it's frustrating. We butcher next week, so we've raised these all the way almost to butcher a week away, and to lose them like that is extremely frustrating. So, but it's part of it. You win some, you lose some. Thank the Lord we've been 3 years without dealing with this up to this point. One of the reasons I don't raise chickens back in the back pastures, they really need the benefit from raising the manure and all that. But as you can see, you'll see it in just a second, I'm right here by the house, by the road. We raise them out here because I feel like the likelihood of predators being here it's lower just because of the location. The further back we go, the wilder it gets back there, and I know there are a lot more coyotes and raccoons and all kinds of other predators back there, foxes, bobcats. So anyway, it's been a wild couple days. I'll tell you about yesterday here in just a little while when I go move the cows, but kind of a wild week. So that's the way it goes. My dad always says, if you farm livestock, at some point you'll have dead stock. So hate it, we don't like it, absolutely sickening, but it is a reality. And so we're gonna take care of these that we have, try to figure out how to, I think we're gonna put some electric netting around these tonight. There's a part of me that, boy, I'd like to do something to catch this sucker. It makes me mad. So anyway, it is what it is. We'll take care of it. All right, so I've got the paddock set up for the cows this morning. They just moved into this really diverse patch of Bermuda grass and lots of weeds. This is a lease farm. This is our first year grazing this. This morning, as you probably already saw, I came out to chickens that had been decimated by a predator. I'm not exactly sure what it was. And the crazy thing is, yesterday, I moved the cows in here yesterday morning, and I was just doing my morning chores. So had to be at work really early. We had a big day yesterday. So I was planning on getting there super early and taking care of some stuff. Well, I was back feeding the pigs back here. The cows were in here, and the highway is right up there. And they weren't even supposed to be on this side or on that side of that fence right there. But anyway, my son called me and said, "Hey, where are the cows at?" And I said, "I just moved them over to the lease farm." And he said, "Well, somebody just knocked on the door and said they're in the road." And that's the knock on the door that nobody ever wants when you have cows. So anyway, we bolted up there, and long story short, I didn't know it. Every time I've been in here already, I've just used polywire and wired off that old barn there. Well, I didn't do it this time because there's all those weeds. I thought, well, they can get up in there and trample some of that down and kind of clean it up a little bit, eat some of it. But what I didn't know was just past those white posts right there, there's an opening that goes out there, and in that field, there's an opening that goes out to the road. So, yeah, I didn't even know where they got out. So when I put them back in, then they got out again. So I saw them that time. And so it was a wild morning yesterday morning, trying to get to work early. Cows getting out in the road. People stopped on the road because they were standing right in the middle of the road. Anyway, they moved back really easy. We got out there and turned them just a little bit, and they just came running back. But that's always scary. You know it's going to happen at some point. That's just kind of how it goes. But anyway, between that and losing 20 chickens this morning to a predator, it's been a wild couple days. 3 years now, we've never lost chickens to predators. And so we're going to put some electro netting around it. My dad has some. We're going to put some around that today. And I don't know, man. I might sleep on the porch tonight. I think I've got some traps too. I may try to set some traps and see if I can rid that problem. Anyway, it makes me mad. It makes me want to declare war. But down in this bottom, there's a lot of grass down here. These cows are going to be, you see over there, they go down through that creek. They're going to be knee deep in grass and forbs. And it's definitely diverse. It's not clean, but we like it that way. There's some of this stuff I want to get rid of, but I tightened them down a little bit tighter today. Been having a conversation with, I think it's someone named Lee on Facebook, and I'm sorry, on Facebook, on YouTube. And yeah, I agree. They're allowed to be a little more selective. I've been trying to, I don't know that I have enough land to just let enough of it go if we have a drought to be able to stockpile it. So I've just kind of been guarded because of last year's drought. So I didn't want to just absolutely nuke down to the ground some of this stuff in case we could hit a dry season. So I don't know, it's a balance. I'm trying to learn it. We'll see what happens. We'll do some experimentation with a little higher densities, and maybe getting them to eat some of this stuff that they've just kind of been selecting around. I still like this little guy. I know I've been highlighting him a lot, but I like him. He's just a little over a year old. He's a chunk. Thought it was interesting looking at the amount of flies on different cows this morning. Some of them are super slick and they don't have any flies hardly. They have very few flies, and then others are they're being hit pretty hard. So we'll be watching that. You know, if they just can't. I hate for an animal just to absolutely be torn up by flies, and so if they can't handle it, we'll have to We may even have to cull for that, I don't know. So, anyway. See, she has very few flies on her. This girl is a little bit hairy. She's shedding off a lot of that, but she has a few, but she don't have a whole bunch of flies on her. She did have a hoof that was, the tip of it was hurt the other day. But she seems to overcome that, well. A lot of ragweed down here. I was looking yesterday, they had bit the tips off of a lot of that paddock they were in yesterday. And I'm sure when the sun gets up, they'll be down here in these trees today. This will be beat up really good. I'll be looking forward to seeing that later on today. But anyway, got them tightened down a little bit tighter today. Let's see what happens. That calf right there is eating ragweed. Got that winter hair coat coming off. The yearlings normally shed off the last. You can't really tell if what they're going to do as they get older from the first year, because they just seem to carry their coat a little longer. That little calf right there never did have a, look at that, there's hardly a fly on that thing. She's just been slick as a button. She's beautiful. Anyway, been a wild ride the last couple days. We'll try to regroup on some stuff and make sure that we're good. I think these cows are going to be good today. Got lots of forage and water and mineral. So it ought to be a good day. Hey, I hope you guys have a great day. I got to get some stuff done this morning, get to work. I hope God blesses all you do today and make it a good one. I'll see you next time.